going to make sure that when you visit the doctor, that nothing you say gets lost in translation. Please welcome InstaPreter.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Zeyad from InstaPreter team. In InstaPreter, we are trying to make language barriers in medicine something from the past. So what happens when the doctor and the patient cannot speak the same language? Both sides are going to be confused, overwhelmed with doubts, worries, frustration, and skepticism. Such uncertainty may result in misinformed decisions that would probably lead to wrong diagnosis or wrong medication, or even both. The only workaround here in Qatar is asking a nurse who speaks the patient's language to stay in the room for the duration of the visit. Maybe 10, 20 minutes, maybe more. Distracting nurses from their main duties to do interpretation is not considered a professional medical practice. In addition to distraction, relying on nurses to do interpretation is still subject to availability and capability. Privacy is another issue. A valid question here. Do we really need to hire more nurses simply because some of them are sometimes busy doing interpretation? If you decide to hire full-time interpreters, then you need to know that cost, commute time, number of languages, business hours, and shifts are well-known reasons of failure for such an approach. Conclusion, a tech-driven solution is badly needed. The global market size of tech-driven language services is around $34 billion US. This figure includes healthcare, business, and legal language services. Luckily, none of these giants are currently operating in Qatar. So what's the market size here in the country? Let's look at some official statistics. In 2012, there has been more than 7 million patient visits made to public healthcare facilities. Imagine the size of the problem when you know that 2/3 of the population cannot speak enough English. Those 1.6 million individuals are almost equally divided between Arabic speakers like Qataris plus other Arabs and residents from the Indian subcontinent who usually speak languages like Hindi, Urdu, Bangla, Malayalam, and Nepali. Those are the ones who might suffer when visiting hospitals. So our target market in Qatar is the public healthcare sector. The 13 major hospitals of Hamad Medical Corporation and the 23 plus primary healthcare centers all around the country. They both together form 80% of the market size. So how are we going to do it? We try by training interpreters who either finished their English or nursing majors. In step 2, we establish call centers for interpreters in low operational cost countries. This is a business-to-business solution. In step 3, we try to secure service contracts with government healthcare providers. The patients are not in any way involved in this business. It's a direct deal with the hospital. Once a contract is secured, we deploy our turnkey solutions to as many rooms as required by the healthcare facility. This simple turnkey solution is actually a one-touch tablet app, maintenance-free, that connects the doctor room to one of our regional call centers. The doctor simply selects the language preference for the patient, and a standby interpreter instantly answers the call. That's it. This cost-effective solution was designed with one thing in mind: no language barriers in medicine. Medical decisions should no longer be misinformed. How are we going to make money? Through service contracts, either by dedicated interpreter or per minutes plus number of calls, or per number of calls plus minutes, both through service contracts. Our first year target is to secure or get 1% of the 7.3 million visits. This business volume needs at least 10 full-time interpreters to be hired. Estimated revenues, 2.3 million riyals. We estimate first-year operations, including establishment of a call center, would need 1.2 million riyals. The team is myself, Zeyad, founder and owner, entrepreneur, Qutaiba, an excellent experience in startups and business advisor. Yara is our indispensable problem solver. Thank you.